Yeah. So like my very first like moments of the Army, like I was like this class clown of, that's the guy that was in his underwear, you know? Being 19 years old, covered in blood, and stinking of gunpowder and explosives, and like the brake fluid from the Humvee has a smell, the burning flesh has a smell. Maybe this military life is for me. Like, this is the place where I know people will always be looking out for each other. Like, we're always going to be together. You detach yourself and you're just like wearing a skin suit, basically. You're just like watching your body like do the things that it's supposed to do. Being in your 20s, a bunch of, in a like a glorified frat house almost, a platoon, a squad, like you have this tight bond, so we drink together. Being a part of like a kind of like a commando unit that everyone is trained, to be the sensor, to be a part of that phalanx that is always looking out for your left and your right and your buddies, and that level of trust that we all have, knowing that everybody's looking where everybody else is stepping. We're all doing everything possible to bring each other home. We're all stuck in this boat. Like, you build a relationship. I guess the playfulness, like, it's probably completely natural, like for all boys to like pee-pees and the slapping with towels and like all those things. I guess it's male bonding, like, and no matter like how homoerotic it looks on the outside, like chances are there's like zero sexual intention. We call it gay chicken, of like how close you can get to being like super homo about something without like actually crossing the line of like touching wieners or like anything like that. I'm probably like one of the few champions of gay chicken. The drill sergeants, like they threatened that if anybody collapsed and fell out because of the heat, that they would give them a Turkish IV. Turkish IV is taking the bag, like the fluid bag, putting the hose on, taking the catheter off, and then sticking that directly into the rectum. So that way the fluids are absorbed the fastest. So then I took this idea because I like to get a laugh out of people, and I was like, I'm going to take a Turkish IV. I was like, wow, that's cold and I feel rehydrated. And I stood up and, got my pants around my ankles. I'm like, thanks, Doc, you saved my life. The laughter from like, the whole platoon, and I started laughing. And as I'm laughing, my sphincter's doing this, and like I'm squirting IV fluid out of my ass.